What if you could master any skill faster? How much time, money, and frustration would you save? Even better, how much more income and impact could you make? People ask me all the time, Roger, how do the celebrity actors, singers, and speakers and performers that you teach learn to master so many different skills so quickly? And my answer is, I've spent decades training people how to learn their lines, their lyrics, their speeches, and a host of other skills, getting them ready to perform at their very highest level. Over time, I developed a foolproof system that anyone can apply to learning any type of skill, fast. And right now, I'm going to give you my proven 5-step formula for mastering any skill. And it's not just about improving your voice to get what you want in life. Whether you want to learn how to play golf or speak Spanish, the proven 5-step formula that you're about to learn can help you achieve that faster. These simple steps can shave years off of your learning curve and supercharge your progress towards achieving your life goals. I'm Roger Love, celebrity voice coach and founder of the Roger Love Speaking Academy. This is my 3rd video in my 4-part training series called How to Use Your Voice to Get What You Want Out of Your Life and Your Career. As a quick recap, in the first video in this series, I taught you about the career-defining facts every professional needs to know about their voice. That lesson helped you determine if your voice is the missing link to the professional success that you've been looking for. In the second lesson, I revealed 3 ways your voice could be holding you back from achieving the life of your dreams, and what you can do quickly and easily to fix it. Knowing those 3 things will help you pinpoint exactly where to improve so that we can take your voice from hindrance to helper to high performer. If you missed the first 2 videos in this series, I strongly recommend you stop right now and go back and watch them. They really are required viewing for anyone who wants to do bigger and better things, both for themselves and all the people they help through their work. If you did watch those previous videos, you're ready to just jump into today's training and make massive progress in mastering the skills that interest you the most. Before I cover step 1, and in order for you to recognize the power of the skills mastery formula, you need to know 2 things. First, how I discovered it, and second, why I want to share it with you. You see, I've been a voice coach for over 30 years. In that time, I've worked with clients from all around the world across nearly every industry. More than 100 of my clients have either won Academy Awards, Golden Globes, Platinum Records, or stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Early on in my career, I began to notice a distinct trend about the clients who were able to grasp concepts quickly and then apply and monetize their new speaking skills almost immediately. At first, I thought I was just witnessing somebody's personality, that they were just smarter or they were hardworking. But after teaching thousands of students, the trend was too clear to ignore. I realized that mastering any skill has very little to do with previous experience. Instead, I discovered the secret was a special mix of learning formats carried out in a particular order. And if people just followed the steps, they could master the way they communicate with their voice. I found that my system was particularly helpful for actors who had to learn very specific skills to create unique characters, to lead them and the film to massive box office success. As I've already mentioned, my formula doesn't just apply to voice. You can use it to learn any skills. So why am I giving it to you? The answer is a very personal one. I'm not only interested in changing voices. I want to help good people achieve great things, to use their voices to communicate and share ideas and lead others. That's my expertise, and that's my gift to you. I use voice as a vehicle to help people experience transformational life and career change. And when your voice is speaking to millions and directing billions of dollars, then your voice can be a vehicle for creating that world change. So whether you're here to learn how to use your voice to change your own life or the lives of others, I want you to take my formula and use it, and then share it with your friends and teammates so they can grow as well. Okay, here's my proven 5-step formula for mastering any skill faster. Step 1, it's about learning the basics. In my speaking academy, I call this future-focused foundations. If you want to master any skill, you need to grasp the foundational elements that you'll learn upon as you build up your capabilities. For some skills, this part can take months or even years. For voice, it can take as little as a few days, if you really focus and follow my lead. For most skills, step 1 can be self-directed and learned online, so you can go at your own pace. Remember, you're just looking to learn the basics at this point, things like the terminology and the techniques. Do your homework so that you don't waste time and money with experts or coaches working on the first level of things. You want their help to move mountains, so you should just pick up all the small rocks on your own first. Here's where people get headed in the wrong direction. Even as early as step 1, whichever online course you pick, make sure you're learning from a teacher or coach with a really solid technique. Bad habits start early and they die hard. So the most important part of the learning foundations is making sure you're learning from a true master technician and teacher. Who have they taught? What are their testimonials? Okay, here's the second step. Time with the master. There really is no replacement for the undivided attention of the right coach or expert. Great coaches are able to meet you where you are at and tailor your training to get you to the next level. That's personalization you can't get in a seminar or an online course. How soon should you get private coaching? As soon as you have the foundations. Otherwise, it's just too easy to plateau, or worse, waste years doing things a true master could have pointed out not to do in a couple of minutes. What you need to understand is one-on-one coaching with a master is like spending a little money so you can make a lot of money and save yourself time and frustration. Top performers know that time is the most precious resource they have. So it's better to get one-on-one coaching sooner and have more time to apply and monetize the coaching they gave you. Mediocre performers think they only need a coach in the beginning, and that the better you get, the less you need a coach. The top performers in the world know that the better you get, the more you need a coach, because they're the only ones who can help you see the small tweaks that can transform your career no matter how many times they win. Serena Williams or Tiger Woods would never think of going without a coach. By the way, the closer you get to the top 1% in your category, the more one-on-one time with the expert you'll need. Step 3 in my formula for mastering any skill is continued coaching and next level training. By the time you get to the third step, You've got the basics down. The master teacher has explained what to focus on, and you've seen a lot of personal progress. Now, you need to keep growing. You're ready for more advanced material because as you improve, you'll see new problems and intricacies you didn't notice before. You need continued coaching to answer these new questions early on and protect yourself from plateauing. Step 3 is also the time when you have enough awareness to know what you don't know. So even overhearing coaching of other people can help you. In fact, sometimes our biggest takeaway from small group coaching is what the coach said to someone else, because hearing the advice in a different context sets off a light bulb in your head. This is why I've found small group formats to be really powerful in step 3 of mastering a skill. It's small enough to get personal attention, but large enough to learn about shared topics of interest and learn from the struggles of others that they're encountering. Before we jump into step 4, I want to remind you that with every step along the way, you need to practice. How much you practice depends on the specific skill you're learning and how fast you're understanding and applying it. Just to give you an example, for voice, practicing with the right vocal warm-ups for 10 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week, can be enough to gently and effectively expand your range. A short technique video to refresh your memory once a week and a live intensive training every few months can be more than sufficient. Okay, now for step 4 in the formula of mastering skills. This is where I believe you should do an intensive multi-day live training. This has been a game changer for so many of my clients, and it becomes more and more important every year. We're all rushing from one thing to the next. We can't all run away to a scenic mountaintop for 10 years to pursue mastery of something. So the next best option is intensive multi-day live trainings. Depending upon what you're trying to learn, these can take the form of conferences or retreats or getaways. Choose any flavor you like. Just make sure you do it at least one multi-day training per year. And make sure that who's ever hosting the live training is the best in the world at what you're trying to learn. If you want to be the best, you need to learn from the best. All right? You're ready for the 5th and final step. Join a community of like-minded, qualified peers. These are people who will relate to you, hold you accountable, and keep you engaged in your learning for years to come. Iron sharpens iron, so make sure your community is qualified. Hopefully a mix of people above your skill level, and here's something that will surprise a lot of people. Have a few members in your qualified community who are slightly below your skill level. Here's why. Slightly less developed peers will give them a chance to learn from you. You can offer them advice, which is going to be the secret to them supercharging their own abilities, and it will supercharge your abilities. A school teacher once told me, teaching is the best way to learn because it forces us to fill in our own blind spots in order to share the vision with somebody else. Find a qualified company of communicators who share your ambition and understand the technique. That is so powerful. For example, in my speaking academy, only the students who complete all 5 steps are inducted into the Speakers Guild and invited to an exclusive forum just for other qualified members of the Speakers Guild. There you have it. My friends, that is my 5-step formula for mastering any skill set. A little recap for you. Master the basics. Then train one-on-one with a master. get continued coaching and next level training before attending an intensive multi-day live training. And join a society of qualified enthusiasts to keep improving your abilities for the long term. You've probably noticed that each of the steps in my formula has a different medium of learning. It's not all audio or online or live. My students find this special mixture critical to their success because it enables them to learn and grow in different ways. It ensures that however you like to learn, you're going to have that step and it'll cater to that. Remember, the formula I just gave you has been refined and tested over decades. It's helped people at every stage of their ability, no matter their industry or country or origin. This formula is proof that you don't have to be born with charisma and eloquence. Now anyone can just follow 5 steps and improve their voice or other skill sets. And with voice, it doesn't take years or decades. You can start to experience the difference in your voice and communication in just days. By this point, people always ask me, what happens when your voice is your greatest advantage? That's what the next lesson is all about. I'm going to share with you 4 real-life case studies of people who were able to completely transform their careers for the better by learning how to use their voice to get what they wanted out of life. And so can you. I hope these true stories will inspire you and open your eyes to the possibilities waiting just on the tip of your tongue. You'll want to watch that next video with a notebook and pen in hand because you're going to get a lot of proven ideas that you can apply in your own life. One last thing. As a result of this video series, we've been getting a lot of questions about the Roger Love Speaking Academy. In the next video, I'll give you more details, including a huge opportunity that I personally have for you. Before then, leave me a comment below to share which skill you'll use my formula to master and how your life might be better when you do. I'll be reading and replying to as many of those comments as I can. If you know someone who's struggling to learn a skill or wants to be able to improve faster, you owe it to them as their friend to send them this video. Just copy the link above and send it to them now. That little action could change their life forever. Until then, keep up the good work. I'm Roger Love, reminding you that no matter your job title, your industry, you have ideas that people need to hear. I'll show you how in the next video, when I share 4 real-life case studies that reveal how voice coaching can change your career, life, and legacy. I'll see you there.